I'm sure there's a lot of things you guys want to talk about, or maybe not. Maybe not. So, yeah, today I released a video on, Unraid versus TrueNAS. I probably should have known what I was getting into before I did. In all honesty, I didn't, I don't know. I didn't think that there was going to be, I don't know, this much contention around how much people like things. But I should have known. That's kind of par for the course when it comes to hardware. I thought software, I thought software, sometimes people mostly agree on software. Hardware, yeah, everyone picks their teams. But I guess with software, it's the same thing, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, I did release that video, and man, I don't know. I went into it naively thinking like, hey, here's a chance for people who like TrueNAS to hear about Unraid, and here's a chance for people who like Unraid to talk about TrueNAS. So anyways, lots of comments in there. It's kind of wild. So, yeah, that's about all I'm going to say about that. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but just know that, I had good intention going in. I spent a ton of time on it. I have 300 plus hours logged on Unraid. It's been installed on one of my servers for over a month now. And believe me, I tried to give everyone a fair shake on everything. And I have zero biases because no one pays me. And I would love to replace my NAS at any time with the best thing that's out there. So just trust in that I want to run the best stuff. I want to run the best software. And so I have zero biases. If a new NAS came out tomorrow and it beat my current NAS, I'd be all over it. I'd be all over it. So anyways, trust in that. And that's all I got to say. So I'll switch topics because, man, it gets to me sometimes. Anyways, let's talk about other stuff. Let's talk about what you guys are talking about. Dude, PC Geek, how's it going? Dude, thank you so much. 45 months. Let's go. How's it going? 45 months, man. Dude, that is getting close to 4 years. Hopefully you're doing okay. I think I'm pretty close to 4 years of being an affiliate. Wasn't that my affiliate thing to do? Or my affiliate badge I earned, I think, a couple of weeks ago. Anyways, dude, PC Geek, thanks for all your help. Thanks for the continued support. Thanks for being mod here and all you do in the community. So I appreciate it. So let's see. Let's get into comments. I'm already seeing a lot of comments. So let's just talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. That's usually how it goes. Jimbo Slice, how's it going? Oh, I'm clicking on wrong stuff. Helps if I click on the right stuff. Jimbo Slice, how's it going? Oh, stop scrolling. There we go. Jimbo Slice, how's it going? Good to see you. Jimbo Slice just got home from a job site, moved 3 APs and hung 3 more APs. Some Cisco Meraki goodness. Nice. I would love to play with Cisco Meraki stuff at some point because it feels like they're, I don't know, they're doing a lot of stuff right for Cisco at least. And I know that's a company that Cisco acquired, and I'd love to see what they're all about at some point. I know that people that use them love them. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. So 6 APs, wow. So you have 3 APs already, and 3 you hung up. That is pretty awesome. Let's see. Does this? No, I don't want to do that. Sorry, I'm little problems with my clicking, but I'll get it figured out. What are you working on this weekend? Jimbo Slice working on a White Castle sandwich. Hello. I wish I was. It's been a while since I've had one. I remember I haven't had it in probably decades. I don't even remember. My hometown, we didn't have one. And there was one probably about, I don't know, an hour away. And every now and then when we'd travel out of town, we'd stop there. And I remember, they have them here where I'm at now. But I just remember they also had chicken ones. And I was like, ooh, these are pretty good. But hopefully slides right down. Will Swish, following the wife around at the mall. Been there. Hopefully you get everything you want, and she does too. Let's see. Traxionic. That's the most dramatic techno pumped rack presentation I've ever seen. It is pretty wild. Yeah, I gotta live it up. I gotta play the part. I started with RGB and now I gotta keep it going. That's kind of my thing. I enjoy it too. I enjoy like super oversaturated stuff and lights. Oh, here we go. Good one. Super tall. I'll minimize it here in a second. Hey Tim, I have quite the extensive network setup. ISP modem goes through my own Wi-Fi Netgear router, which is connected to my Netgear 24-port switch, which goes to various places in my house. In my house, there are, again, 2 routers. Deciding the network for the office and gaming. Do you have any suggestions on how to best set up the IP ranges and decide the network for gaming and office? Are there any good, trusted applications configurations to make sure you don't mess up? I assume that says. So let me see. So you have a modem through your own Wi-Fi, and then a router connected to there, which goes through various places in my house. Do you have any suggestion on how to best set up the IP ranges and decide a network for gaming? I keep mine pretty flat. I've been guilty of not keeping my flat. I use VLANs here, but think of VLANs kind of sort of like subnets. You know, I've divided mine up. I went too wide. I'll be honest. I say I went too wide. I have five VLANs or 5 subnets. And that worked okay for a while. But what it ends up doing is creating a lot more maintenance for you. So I'm going to be flattening mine quite a bit here in a little bit, as soon as I get through some of this other content stuff, because I need some of these VLANs around for it. And at the same time, I need to be able to spend time and do that, because that takes a lot of time. That being said, I would keep it as flat as you want. Keep it as flat as possible. I always suggest, and what I typically do is just, create 2 VLANs or create 2 subnets and keep, kind of the IoT stuff on one side, and then everything else you trust on the other side. Everything you trust, for me at least, is anything I can remote into or apply updates to, or that has an operating system that I can kind of inspect and look at logs or patch if I need. So I kind of look at it with that lens. And, it's kind of like, do I have some control over the OS, or do I trust that OS enough to keep it on there? And so, yeah, that's kind of how I look at it. And I would say, I don't know, just keep 2 for now. I don't know if there's an easy way to say, hey, this is, this gaming workstation does something different than, your office workstation. While they kind of do, at the same time, they're probably both running Windows, and you probably have stuff installed on them, and you probably keep them up to date and stuff like that. So I don't know. That's a tough one. But I would just keep it simple. Keep it as simple as possible. Yeah. And keep I keep your IP ranges, I use Class C, because I'm like, I don't want the at least mental overhead of trying to figure everything out. I figure, hey, if I have 200 some clients, 250, what is it? 254 or 253, whatever. If I have that many clients, then yeah, obviously I need to do something other than a Class C, or just create a new subnet or VLAN and break them up. So anyways, hopefully that helps. I'd say keep it as simple as possible. Keep it as simple as possible till it doesn't work anymore. That's what I need to start teaching myself. I go for the, let's try to solve, scaling problems later. And when you try to do that, you end up, when you try, pre-optimizing, you make it harder for yourself until you get to that point. Which if you're going to get to that point, sure, do the work up front. But if you're never going to get to that point, sometimes it's kind of a lot of wasted cycles. Oh my gosh, why does this keep jumping? Give me 2 seconds, because I want to figure out how I can stop this thing from jumping. Because there used to be a scroll. I don't know. All of a sudden, like my chat that I click on is scrolling, and it never used to do this, and now it is. Actually, it used to do this at the beginning, and it drove me crazy. And now I can't figure out how to pause it. Pause. If I do pause incoming chat messages. I don't want to do that. Although I will do it. I'm going to test something really quick. I don't think this is right thing to do. Yeah, that is exactly not what I want to do. So I will just keep scrolling like a madman. Complete with oversaturated colors. Yeah, I don't know. I like it. It's fun for me. It's fun for me for sure. And it definitely is oversaturated. Oh my gosh. Oh man, I'm just like battling the messages that come in. And speaking of battling, I see one that says I'm battling. Oh yeah, it's like on a timer. And I don't want to refresh this. Let me see if I could pause, go here so I can click on stuff. Yeah, I can. This is silly. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why this thing this is just doomed. I can never scroll to the message fast enough to like click on it. Can I go down? Can I arrow down? No. No. I might just have to just read them off like the old school days. There we go. Now I can click on it fast enough. Let's see. Budney, how's it going? I'm battling NFS between TrueNAS Scale and the clients. It was working. Now it's not. Gotta love permissions. Yeah, permissions are tough. Permissions are tough. I agree that like ACLs and Unix-based permissions are tough. At least for me. I think they are. I think they are for me. It's... you know, I always have to do a double and triple take to figure out. And then, well, with NFS, you're pretty, well, no, because then you still have the user that the share is based on. So, yeah, it's pretty tough. NFS is one that I'm kind of like, oh, man, hopefully I get it right. Like, I get Unix permissions or Linux permissions, Unix-based. I understand them on the local machine, but sometimes when you start adding in NFS and you have to, like, you know, think about it in context of that ID on the other machine, that's where it kind of gets wild. Or the name. Hopefully you figure it out. All right, I gotta do this. I gotta do this fast. Oh my gosh. What is going on? Oh my gosh. Can I pop this guy out and maybe that'll stop it from happening? I apologize. This tool that I'm using has been great for like almost a year, and all of a sudden it's just like going wild, and I don't want to skip over people's messages. Jimbo Slice says, how are the cicadas in your area? Horrible here in northern Illinois. Yeah, none here yet. None here. Like, they get here, I think, in August or something. It's pretty late, and then they get pretty loud. So, yeah, pretty good here. No problems, no complaints. All right, I'm definitely going to figure this out because this is pretty wild that I can't... Give me 2 seconds, because if this isn't going to work right, this really stinks for trying to focus on people's messages. Imagine like a list scrolling every 2 seconds, and you have exactly 2 seconds to scroll up and try to find the next message. That's what I'm going through right now. It's almost like a game, but it's not a fun one. Oh, there we go. I'm just going to start clicking. Craig Kitty, trying to figure out LubeLogger Docker container. Yeah, it's not the best name, or is it the best name? Anyway, entering historical data was easy with their import function. So far, so good. I think I've heard of that. I think. Well, let me see. Let me see if it's, oh yeah, you explain what it is. Yeah, you say, yeah, LubeLogger, I know what it sounds like. Oh my gosh, this is, all right, I got to do something about this. Give me 2 seconds. I think I'm close. Okay, fine, car maintenance. I think I don't want to say anything, but working better. Yeah, so going back to LubeLogger, sorry about all that. So if you don't know what the heck I'm doing, I use this extension that shows me all the chat, and I can click on it. But what was happening is every 2 seconds, it was like refreshing itself and scrolling to the bottom, and I need to go to the top. So you can imagine trying to scroll down and trying to click on the right message and doing that over and over and over. But I think I got it. So we'll see. Anyways, going back to LubeLogger, it's car maintenance. Okay, I had no idea what it was. But totally makes sense now. Now that you hear the name of it, it totally makes sense. And yeah, sounds good. So it's car maintenance. I assume it's car maintenance then. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, because right now, like, who owns my car maintenance stuff? It's wherever I go, and I don't have a great record other than them asking them or the receipts that they give me, and then me trying to piece it all together, or me going into the car and looking up at that little sticker to see when my next service or oil changes. So pretty cool. I'll have to check it out. For sure. The name, though, I was like, should I Google this or should I not? You know, it's one of those where it's kind of like, does this deserve a private window? And should I use Tor or something for this? Anyways, let's go. Crack Kitty Woo, I knew what I was getting into. Yeah, for sure. It's still doing that thing, but that's fine. Trying to get my whole HomeLab as code. Hey, I'm Asylum. That's tough. That is tough. I have I don't know. I probably have, I'd say 30%, and that's being over. I don't know. I'm assigning probably way too much percentage to it because 30% is a lot. The only thing I have in code is Kubernetes and some of Docker and some of Ansible. But I don't have anything from like bare metal up. So that is pretty awesome. You have to let me know. I think the other day someone had posted in our Discord an easy way to use Cloud Init on bare metal, which would help you get an OS on bare metal. So I thought that was pretty cool. Anyways, I'll have to check it out. So anyways, also let me know what you're doing. Is it a combination of Terraform, Pulumi, along with Flux and/or, I don't know, Argo? If you're doing Kubernetes, I'd like to know what you're using too, because there are always new tools every day. I think everybody's going after IaC, and I'm super excited about it. Tony, how's it going? Really enjoyed your YouTube content. Keep it up. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. It's tough sometimes. I'll tell you that much. It's not all roses. Howdy, Twistergram. How's it going? Good to see you. Yeah. Glad you clarified. I had another joke on the way. Yeah, for sure. It was. Yeah. I didn't know how to take that one. Traxionic, just finished watching that video. Yeah, it's I don't know. My opinion. That's all I got to say. Technology. Oh, there we go. Technology product opinions are all lightning rods to the internet. That's a good way to put it. I didn't think about it that way. I still don't. I research, I write, and then I speak. And so, yeah, it is all my opinions. I forget sometimes. That it's not like, we're in a conference room with people who are civil and we're just debating, and bringing up good points. And no, it's not like that at all. And it's take the one thing you said and make that everything because I don't want to listen to the other 99% of the things. So anyways, totally good. I learned a good lesson. I learned a good lesson. I'll tell you that much. Undercurve, I set up Active Directory server in my home lab on a Raspberry Pi 4 using Samba. Whoa. Active Directory server in my home lab on a Raspberry Pi 4. Okay, so you got OpenLDAP going or using Samba 4. That is pretty awesome. So you have directory services running now, and I assume then you could join machines to the domain or have directory services. Pretty cool. That sounds like a whole bunch of fun. I want to look at OpenLDAP soon, for sure. Drogos, nice video. Confirm reasons I made myself to TrueNAS. Yeah, that's kind of not what, I mean, that's where it took me, right? That's where my research took me. I think that's the best way to put it. And it's for me. And it's for my own home. And it's the things I value for my own hardware. And that's where the data took me with my lens on it. I guess that's the best way to put it. But yeah, hopefully I've seen other people say, hey, well, I didn't know, Unraid could do all those things. That is awesome. Maybe I'll check it out. So yeah, it just depends on what you value. Jay Gussie, hi Tim. Finally, after a scary announcement of recall and how easy it is to hack, I finally cut the Windows cord for good. As someone that did some schooling in cybersec, that recall is very scary. I assume. Recall. Sorry. Whoa. The feature totally snapped now when I saw uppercase recall. Yeah. So going back to this. Sorry. Took me a second. Yeah. Going back to this. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to think. It's kind of like, hey, we're going to monitor every single thing you do, and we're going to keep it on your machine just in case you want to revisit that. And I think it's a cool idea. Don't get me wrong. I think it's a cool idea. I think it's a cool feature, and it sounds like something, that might help me. But at the same time, it's like, but yeah, you're putting all of your trust. I mean, you're putting all of your trust into a company and hoping that they do the right thing. So yeah, it is pretty wild. It's pretty wild to think about. And if you think about it from like a productivity perspective or like or just like, your own kind of personal assistant thing, it sounds pretty cool. But when it's like, a company doing it on your, on your operating system and just saying like, hey, we promise it's all local and it will never leave and fall into the wrong hands. That's kind of wild. And it's would I care if people saw what I did all day on my computer? Honestly, not really. But at the same time, from a privacy standpoint, it's not good at all. But anyways, yeah, I totally forgot. Sorry, when you said recall, it didn't snap until I saw uppercase. But yeah, not for me. I'll say that. I mean, I might play with it and see what it's all about, on like a test account, but or I'll just watch the demos. Who knows? Jimbo/Chicago. I currently use Wireguard with my pfSense to do some site-to-site and site-to-client stuff. Cool. Been thinking of switching to Tailscale. Should I keep my setup or go down the Tailscale rabbit hole? That's tough because I'm kind of in the same boat. And so I have exactly that. I have a site-to-site VPN with Wireguard between here and my co-location. And then I have a client-to-site or client VPN from my clients back to home. And that works great with what you have set up, which is, a site-to-site plus a VPN. That works great when you have two. But I think once you go to three sites, that's where it gets really tough, and where I think something like, Tailscale can help out. Because right now I'm kind of in that situation too. Like at some point, yeah, you kind of have this hub and spoke, but then once you add more hubs, you're no longer a hub and spoke, and so you need to go to mesh. And so like high level, that's kind of how you have to think about it. And for me it's tough because like I want to VPN into one thing and have access to not all, but most of the things I should have access to, right? And not all of those things live on the same network. And so for me, it's like, okay, now I want to do something at the colo, got a VPN into there. I want to do something at home, got a VPN to there. If I'm a remote client. If I'm home, I have a site-to-site so I can get there. If I'm out, then I have to remote into each one individually. And I think that's where Tailscale comes in handy, because everything's kind of treated like remote, because it kind of is, if you're going through them for the most part, or at least they're brokering your connections, and it creates a mesh network for you. So, and you get, pretty granular stuff to set up. Pretty easy, at least for me, easier than setting up a whole bunch of firewall rules. So I think it gets tough. It gets tough once you get, if you're doing hub and spoke, once you go to even two hubs, it gets tough, and you're doing that, I assume now, because you said site to site. But once you get three hubs, then it's like, yeah, you gotta do something else for sure. Because, it's tough. Let's see. Nice, not easy to do for most. Budney. Oh, I'm sorry. I think I kind of missed this, but I apologize. Twisted Grim. I've been messing with local Kubernetes distro setups for testing applications and development. SDLC. Too much work-related HomeLab. No, I hear you. That is pretty cool. So software-defined lifecycle, I assume? SDLC? Oh, I should probably know this one. Local Kubernetes. That does sound awesome. I've thought about doing basically an AirGap solution, right? Which I think is pretty awesome. Totally local, offline, unless you just mean on your machine and you're testing out. Anyways, it's fun to test different distros for sure. Let me know how it goes. Let me know which ones you settle on, because there are so many out there. There's a few popular choices when it comes to self-hosted, but I'm always open to hearing others. So, yeah, let me know. Yeah, software development lifecycle. All right, I got it. Yep, K3D, Minikube, kind. Yep, for sure. And doing CI/CD and how it pushes pipelines. Yeah, once you get to source. Yeah, that sounds awesome. It's kind of like what I do. My CI/CD isn't really a great. It's Git flow, right? My CI/CD is Git flow. Whereas I think in most, as soon as you start talking about IaC, They want to do polling and more polling. Polling to poll. And so, yeah, I still use GitFlow for like my custom code and building out my custom code and deploying my custom code. I still use GitFlow, right? Where it's just like, hey, I'm going to commit, I'm going to tag, I'm going to push, kicks off CI and CD, and then it deploys it to Kubernetes. For everything that I don't manage myself, I use Flux for, and then, it's just a poll model and I approve. So I should switch them all to the same thing. And there are definitely some pitfalls to the way I do it, which is, GitFlow. Like I can't easily release stuff on a schedule, right? Because it's going to deploy right away as soon as it's done building. So there's a lot of downsides to what I'm doing. It's just what I'm comfortable with. So I should look up more, GitFlow stuff, or even just like not even GitFlow, just more CID stuff for Kubernetes outside of what I'm doing. I mean, outside of Flux, Argo, my push model, and anything else. Let's see. Hi all. Currently trying to migrate Rancher production cluster to KubeSpray with Terraform. Wow, that sounds awesome. That sounds awesome. I wonder how you're going to do the data piece or the etcd piece. I would love to know. So let me know. I've always wondered, like, if there's an easy way to move, not easy, but a way in general to kind of migrate to a different Kubernetes cluster altogether. Outside of doing DR type stuff, right? Where it's like, okay, well, I backed up all the volumes. Now I'm going to recreate those, recreate the PVCs, recreate everything. And then it just works. I would be awesome, because there's a few times where I've wanted to migrate stuff, like a true migration. Like, hey, I have, even if I have like, hey, I have a working K3S here, and I have semi not working K3S here, something's wrong. I just want to like migrate all my stuff over. It's always been kind of different. But let me know. Drogos, this is a cool effect. Tech stack do you use to that is a cool effect. Tech stack. Do you use to manipulate localites based on Twitch events? Yeah, I do, Drogos. So way it kind of works is it's pretty wild. It's been a work in progress too. But yeah, so there's this thing called channel points. You earn them by watching. Once you earn enough, you can change the lights in my room. That is based on a Twitch bot that I wrote, and that's in this channel, that is running in my HomeLab. And that, when you redeem a channel point, it communicates with Home Assistant, and then Home Assistant sets all of my lights accordingly, based on, I guess, themes that I had set up in Philips Hue. So it's kind of wild. And so yeah, that's what happens. And then on top of that, if you sub or bits or anything like that, the lights flash, which is another Home Assistant automation that I've automated with code too. And so I use Node.js, and then I have Home Assistant with Home Assistant has an API, and I make a call into there, lights flash, lights stop flashing. It's kind of wild. So, oh yeah, I coded it myself. Thank you. Memens, how's it going? Good to see you. Drogos, I did one for myself. Also used Node.js plus Node-RED for mine, but always looking for alternatives that might be nice. Yeah, so you might be, so you're kind of like what I did was like, hey, write this custom code piece and then use something to your advantage. And for a while, I was doing all custom code on both sides. I was like calling commands from the devices, which is not fun. And then recently I switched to Home Assistant. Since I have all of these devices tied into Home Assistant has a great REST API. And so now I can do my custom code and communicating with the REST API from Home Assistant versus communicating with, Philips Hue, Broadlink, like all of these individual devices, Wemo. Now, since they're in Home Assistant, I have a unified way to communicate with them. So not only does it do, the local control stuff too, but it gives me a local REST API to trigger those too. So yeah, it's pretty fun. But if you're doing Node-RED, I assume you're doing something similar. So, but if you're using Home Assistant, hey, you got a pretty decent API right there to use. So you got one right there. Traxonic, Jibble Slice, I use both Wireguard and Tailscale. Tailscale makes it easy to admin and connect and uses Wireguard under the covers. Yeah, for sure. For sure. If you don't care that a third party is part of your security services, then Tailscale is easier. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. And it's a good point to bring up. Is that, yeah, you got to put some trust into Tailscale. I think a lot of people do, but that's just something, hey, you know, if you're going to do an audit of potential solutions, that would be on that audit to say, hey, you know, here's one of the risks, right? But a lot of people trust them. I trust them. And yeah, it's pretty awesome to be able to create a low latency mesh network that's all over WireGuard. It's pretty awesome. It's the future for sure. Express Tech Tips. Currently planning my HomeLab reboot for later this year. Been considering going with Minis Forum. Yeah, MS01 by 3 with the intention of a Proxmox cluster for my main workloads, then some kind of worker server outside the cluster that I don't mess with. Yeah, so this is awesome. I've had very similar ideas too. Like I'm kind of there. I'm kind of there now with my Intel NUCs, but I kind of want to be there with the Minis Forum or something similar in the future where I have an HA Proxmox cluster. In there I run, you know, I run HomeLab stuff. I test and play with stuff, but then I also keep stuff off to the side that is like I don't touch unless it's just patching or updating. It's not like my playground. And that's where I'm trying to get right now is having, you know, my NAS and maybe an app server too, those two things to where I don't touch. It's not a playground. Like this is my home production. You know, patching and stuff is fine, but I'm not going to experiment on those devices like I have been for the last 2 months. I'm ready to be done experimenting. So, but yeah, I'm there with you. And I do like the MS01 for many reasons. It has networking for days. I'm mostly concerned about having the dual 10 gigabit. I know that it has USB-C or FireWire too, which is awesome. And then on top of that, has 2.5 gig, which is like, what would I even use that for? But yeah, it's I'm there too. I'm hoping that maybe there's something else on the horizon, similar to the MS01, but I don't know. And it's not like I think it's a bad product. It's just like, oh, it's been out for a year or so. Maybe someone else will make something else, and it's me just trying to, you know, not spend $2,000. Twisted Grim. What apps or add-ons are you using now with Unraid? This feels like a facet of Unraid that you really haven't, you really touched on heavily. What apps, add-ons are you using on Unraid now? This feels like a facet of Unraid that you haven't really touched on heavily in either the Unraid video so far. Yeah, so, I mean, the handful that I'm using, I'll call them off. I obviously use the NVIDIA driver with the container toolkit to get that working. Then I use the GPU statistics one, but unfortunately, since it recognizes my GPU, but I can't actually use the GPU in the container for whatever reason. I've tried a million things and formatting it, even rolling back drivers. I know that they have an iSCSI plugin. I'm not using iSCSI on this machine, but I totally get it that they have an iSCSI plugin there. I spun up. I mean, this is me just still like evaluating it and running it on the side like I have been for a couple of months. But I spun up most of the containers that I'm currently running on TrueNAS and more. So object storage, Plex, Jellyfin, Tautoli. What else am I running? So I basically spun up all of my containers that I'm running anywhere else. Like I have some in Kubernetes, right? That I kind of want to get out of Kubernetes. So Home Assistant, Homepage. I know that there's more. I'd have to look. But most of those containers I'm also running there. And so outside of that, I mean, I'm not... I'm for me at least with my Unraid install, I'm not using it to replace my NAS. At least not in its current state. I'm building like an app engine with my second server, so I can kind of separate the two, and like let the NAS be a NAS, but on the other side, like have an app engine that has NAS-like features that can run apps really fast. And without like worrying about my storage And unfortunately, that's how I have to run mine because I can't fit the stinking video card in one of them. If I could fit a video card in my HL15 right now without taking out the drive cage, it would be perfect. Because then I would run, I have 10 14 terabyte drives, and then I would only do 4, but I would use 4 then SSDs, and I would probably do those RAID 10 or mirrors, and the rest are mirrors on their own pool. So, and then I would just have one big box where it's like, hey, this is NAS plus apps. But unfortunately, like the way that my stuff is physically laid out, I can't do that right now. I would love to. Once I get a 3D printer, I'm going to figure out if there's an easy way for me to print like some kind of, I don't know, modular drive like rack situation for the HL15 where I get to choose whether it's a 3.5 inch drive or a 2.5 inch drive. And I without sleds. I don't want sleds because once I bring in the sleds, then I can't fit the video card in there. So anyways, yeah, join the dark side. Yeah, there's a lot of ifs in there on what I'd like to do. I just need some time because I like don't want 2 machines running all the time. But my NAS has like the lowest, most efficient, I guess I should say, Xeon. It's got like a bronze Xeon in there with 0 turbo, and I think it's like 8 cores and no hyperthreading and no turbo, and they're only clocked at 1.9, so pretty decent for NAS. And then on top of that, you get everything you get with the Xeon. So I don't know. These are the things that are like keep me up. Or they don't keep me up at night. I would say these are the things I think about when I'm like walking around. That's a better way to put it. So, Jimbo Slice, or you can self-host Headscale. Yeah, there you go. To make your own Tailscale like stack. Yeah, I hear about that a lot. So the spinoff of Tailscale's kind of services, Headscale. So you can self-host, I think the stack and mostly I think like the brokers, so that it can be your IP versus theirs. It's pretty cool. I've seen it. And then you have to do I noticed that you do have to do a lot of tinkering too with their clients, like a lot of modifications. So, I mean, not a ton, but I think you do have to modify some of it. Keep it simple, stupid. Yeah, I'm kind of there. I need to get back to there. It pushes and pulls on me. There's the, hey, I can do all this crazy cool stuff, and it's awesome until it breaks, and or I can just kind of keep things stable and things won't break. So that's also why I want to have 2 environments, more to play with, one to keep stable. But it tugs, both of them tug at me all the time because I feel like I want to do, I don't want to say wild stuff, but I want to be able to experiment and do really complicated things. The challenge is when I do that, when it breaks, some of the times I can't remember what I did. And so that's on me. Like I need to have better notes or documentation to say, this is what you did. But oh yeah, I hear you. I tell myself that every day. And then sometimes then I'm like, hey, this is too simple. It's a day someday. For sure. Let's see. We talked about this a little bit. So my take on, we talked about, sorry, I missed this. Oh no, Budney. Okay, test, Jimbo Slice. Okay. Hopefully I didn't, I have a feeling that like when I refreshed my thing, I might have lost some chat. So I do apologize if I did. Yeah, anyways, I had some problems with my chat thing and I might have refreshed it accidentally. So, Techno Tim, what's your take on Microsoft recall craziness? I just cut my main system back to Arch because it's pretty scary. Yeah, so I think I talked about this a little bit earlier. Yeah, it's pretty wild. I think it's pretty wild. I don't know. I talked about it a little bit earlier, but yeah. It's hard to put that much trust in a company, and not even to say that they won't use it the way they intend. But then that's also just like a gold mine sitting there for anyone who wants to, get into your system. And so, I feel like it's like, is it going to be the next ransomware thing? Like, hey, we're not gonna ransomware your system. We're gonna ransomware everything you did on your computer for the last 30 days. Whoa, which includes a lot, And so even if I 100% trusted Microsoft, And which, I will say that I have a pretty trusting relationship in general with Microsoft, or I wouldn't run their products, right? Do I agree with their privacy? Do I agree with everything they do? No. Do I trust them enough to hey, put my life on their operating system? I guess, because I do run Windows too. But having that, I don't know. I feel like having this trove of everything you've done on your machine after, for however long the history lasts. And I haven't watched any of the demo videos, but I feel like that's going to be a huge target then for ransomware, for hackers, for whatever, to then, it's going to be the new ransom, And if you think about it, if you think about everything you've done on your computer, even in the last 2 days, I mean, just think about even just opening your password manager for half a second. Boom, that's on your screen. Okay, some of the passwords weren't masked. Boom, there's all your accounts, So I'm not even talking about like things you would be embarrassed by. I'm talking about, sensitive information that you're trying to protect by not having someone looking at your screen. So yeah, it's tough. It's tough for sure. It's pretty wild. Now I see what's going on. Oh, now I see what's going on. Now it's like a combination of this and that. And you guys are probably like, what the heck are you talking about? I'm talking about how this is working. So chat oh man, I do. Yeah, my chat is so messed up. True, both are on V4. I don't know what V4 is. Technology equals winning. I agree. Technology equals winning. Yeah, my messages are definitely messed up. But Traxonic says, there was a highlight my message. Oh yeah, my chat is all messed up again. But that's the highlight. Okay, now I'm getting back in here. Sorry, my thing is so messed up today. Seagore says, thanks for the great content. Finally got one of my Ethernet in walls terminated. Nice. Now I just need to finish all of my custom patches. Yes. Man, do you want to come to my house? Yeah, that is awesome. I need to get some more patches in my wall too, and I want to run a fiber line from here to my server rack in the basement. I have a feeling that this old Cat5e, for whatever reason, every now and then just kind of freaks out. I get 10 gigabit over Cat5e, and it's a pretty long run, but every now and then, it just kind of freaks out. Hey, I don't have a connection anymore, but now I do, but now I don't, but now I don't have an IP. So, and I'm blaming it on that. So I just kind of want to get rid of that and put some fiber in there for sure. Traxonic, LOL, we're not in a conference room with people who are civil. Yeah, I know. I totally get that. I get that. I don't know. I guess I project too much of, I don't know. I guess working in working with, good teams and working for large enterprises, even small startups where I really trusted people, we would always have healthy debates, and they were healthy, and we weren't afraid to tell each other you're wrong because of such and such, but you were still respectful. So I don't know. I totally know what you mean. Yeah, it's pretty naive of me to think that I can apply, I guess my ethics and morality to the internet. So, anyways, let's see. Any advice for a cloud router firewall distribution? I was thinking of VyOS for years, but building OpenStack images manually. Ooh, so how highs? Cloud router, yeah, I'm gonna have to go with VyOS. Just be prepared to do everything in code or CLI. But I think you know what you're signing up for, because you're talking about a cloud router. VyOS is probably the only one that I could even name easily. Yes, could you get pfSense or OpenSense? Sure. If that's how you want to manage your firewall, but I think VyOS is a good recommendation because you can manage it like code. It's all CLI. You can automate a lot of the stuff. Super small footprint, and I think that's what you're going for. If you're going to be putting in the cloud, you want it to be, you want to be able to do all of those things. I think. Let me see. I'm gonna kind of wrap it up here in a second. I just want to make sure I call out some of the things that are specifically looking for my attention. Mr. Bread. Hey, Tim, I just finished working through your nut video, bashing my head against the wall in a few places. When using two of the same model UPSs, yeah, got auto shutdown going. So yeah, mount Bread. I totally agree. When you have two of the same model of UPSs and you're using nut, it's kind of it's crazy, right? Because they appear exactly the same. They don't have different. I think that even the serial numbers don't appear properly. So you kind of have to guess on which one's which and the order that they're in, I think, and then not change it. I'm glad you got it going. I know that I think it was a gentleman from Eaton released a bash script to automate that, which I tried out and it worked pretty good. But you know, if you're not feeling up to automating it, I have the hour-long video on how to do it. So yeah. Traxonic says Microsoft keeps getting hacked, so how on earth can they secure endpoints they don't completely control? Yeah, it's a large target on their back, and now I feel like recall might be a large target now on not only Windows, but individuals' backs too. So I don't know exactly how it works. Who knows? I'm hoping you need biometrics minimum to get into this stuff, you know, for sure. Oh, man. Yeah, so Jay Gussie says, I just think of how grandparents that get scammed and how that's going to come into play. Yeah, that too. I agree. It's going to be wild. It's going to be wild. I'm assuming they have a lot of security around it. I mean, they thought it through, at least the security piece, I hope. But who knows? This could be something that we're like, in 2 years, we're like, oh yeah, remember recall? You know, how dumb that thing was? Or people could be saying, "Hey, this is pretty awesome." I don't know. There's definitely a lot of I'm skeptic for sure. Not only on not so much on the security or anything like that, although I do think it's going to be a large target for ransomware. But I'm skeptical that that people will adopt it. I mean, maybe, and it kind of gets weird too for like business PCs too, right? That's where it gets weird. Like, you know, can other people view it? Like if you're in an organization and, you know, and it's a domain joined machine, is this going to be something that could be, you know, held against you or something like that? Yeah, I don't know. That's where it gets weird. I guess I need to see more of what this is about. I mean, I don't want it. Would it be cool if it was 100% mine and I knew it was mine and it only was mine and it was locked in some vault that only I can unlock? Yeah, pretty cool. But it's rare. It's rare that I actually need to go back and think about what I did, right? I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, hey, this is important. Take a note or do something with it. That's kind of how I am. You know, every now and then I'll accidentally read an email. I marked it as read and I forget and I go back, right? Like, and then I'm like, oh, I never did anything on this email. I probably should have. But I've kind of created like systems to help me with this kind of stuff, right? If I need to do something with it, reply now if I have time. If I need to reply later, you know, star it. If I can't remember what websites I went to today, I search my browser history, right? Although that is kind of painful sometimes too. But yeah, it's kind of wild. I don't know if I need it. How about that? Opandero. Hi, Tim. I want to self-host Netbird and also use Cloudflare for CDN. So it's already taking up my 80 and 443 for reverse proxy with Nginx, but Netbird can auto-install also using 80 and 443, and other ports to its own proxy. I see what you mean. So basically you have, hey, I have two things, you know, that both need 443, or 80 and 443. Cloudflare? Oh yeah. You're going to have to change one of them. I don't know. I don't know the answer to this one because this one's tough, right? Because you're saying, hey, I want to use, I self-host Netbird and also use Cloudflare for CDN. So it's already taking up 80 and 443 for reverse proxy for Nginx. But yeah, so I would say with Netbird, if it does the auto install, yeah, this is tough because, yeah, it is a tough one. This is a tough one, right? Because you want to host two things on 443, a reverse proxy and then Netbird, which should be then behind your reverse proxy. I would say, I mean, I haven't done Netbird yet. Totally get it. I would say just don't do the automated install and see if there's a way to put that site that gets hosted, behind your existing reverse proxy, because you're not going to tear that out, right? You're not going to say like, oh, I want Netbird, so I'm just going to get rid of my reverse proxy for everything. No, just don't do the automated install and see if you can choose ports, or look in the script to see if you can actually change those ports. But yeah. All right. One more. Hey, Mr. Extremely. Hi, Tim. Do I have this on the other one? No, I don't. I don't know what's going on with chat. Hopefully, maybe I'll update the thing. Maybe Twitch change something where I can't select these chat messages. Anyways, hi, Tim. Being a sysadmin, service desk engineer for a few years now. Nice. Did a 5-in-1 Akamai network engineering training course on Coursera and a Cisco A+ network course. Just started AWS Cloud Practitioner Fundamentals. You'd think I'd be eligible for a straight engineer, Linux engineer? Wow. I've been doing Linux since 2105. I assume that means 2015. In spare time, only in a touch with Microsoft hybrid cloud setups till now in the field. Advice allowed. Mr. Extremely, I think so. I mean, it really depends on, what their criteria is, right? I think everyone who says like, hey, we need a Linux engineer also kind of has a scope of what they need them to do, right? What they need them to do. And what level they're coming in at. Like, hey, is this person going to hit the ground running, or is this person going to need to be trained? I get it that everyone needs to be trained on the job training, like the things that make that job particular to that particular company. But if they have to start teaching like the basics of Linux, and here's how you grep, and here's how you CD, and that's a little bit different. Totally contrived examples, but just trying to illustrate like what they would have to train on. I don't know. That's kind of going to be up to the company. I would say research the companies that are hiring this position and see what they're looking for. I always think if you're going to apply to a job, or you're looking for a job and you really want to get that job, I would spend a little bit of time to see what they're looking for. And I would try to put that lens on your resume too, right? This is a job you really want, right? And you have a resume and you're like, yeah, my resume is great. I would still review the job that you want, the qualifications, the requirements, the nice to haves, and then apply that lens to your own resume and maybe tweak it a little bit to make it align more to what they want. Obviously, I'm not saying like, make this up, but I'm saying like, hey, if they say, we want, whatever, Linux engineer who's done, also done DevOps stuff, and you're like, you're listing off things that don't include DevOps, but you've done DevOps in the past, you might want to, tailor it to that. Anyways, I think you are. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you seem to have a lot of, looks like a lot of certifications. And, at the end of the day, it's like, hey, are you going to be able to do what they ask you to? That's kind of what it boils down to. And I think you can. I think you can. You got a lot under your belt there. You got a lot under your belt. So, hey, let me see. Okay. There's so many comments kind of rolling in, but I do need to be respectful of people's time, and I kind of went live on a whim just because I wanted to make sure that I got it in this weekend and didn't push it back throughout the week. So anyways, hey, thank you so much for joining in today. If I didn't get to your comment, I apologize. I had some technical difficulties with how they appear and how it was refreshing or not refreshing. If you have something you want to share, join our Discord community. We have... we're almost at 10,000 people, and if you have something you want to share, something maybe I didn't address, or just want to share what you're working on with other people and get some feedback, you should join our community. Like I said, almost 10,000 people. Love to have you. thank you so much. There was follows, there was subs, there was resubs. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. And just know that, hey, if I don't say it sometimes, I really honestly do appreciate it. And if for some reason I missed your event, I'm going to blame it on technical difficulties, but you call me out too and say, hey, you didn't call out my follower sub. I think I called them all out, but if not, let me know. Not my intention to do it. So anyways, I won't. I'm used to saying a certain thing right here. I will not be back. So I won't be here next weekend. So I have a trip planned. I'm not going to be here live on Twitch. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'll figure something out and do it remote. But for the most part, I don't think I will be. Maybe I'll try to shift it a couple of days earlier, a couple of days late. We'll see. But anyways, I will have something out for you soon on YouTube too. And I will definitely be in Discord and out on Twitter and everywhere else. So if you need me, ping me. But hey, thank you so much for tuning in today. I appreciate all the comments, and I appreciate everyone feeding my nerd brain with HomeLab stuff. So I appreciate it. I will see you soon. Take care and be good to each other. Take care, folks.